Who is in charge here right now? Madam. I will talk to Ma'am, tell your name and your designation.
My name Lok Sabha Nolini Chalo, Assistant Professor. Sorry.
Yes, tell me name and designation. Name or designation?
Designation, this is PRO.
And name?
Yeah. My name is L.
Good morning. खोल दे रहे हैं तब बस इधर ही फ्रेम में लाइव देना नीचे मत
पढ़े यहाँ लाइन लगी है। हाँ ठीक है, देखिए कमलेश जी इधर दिखाइए, फिर लाइव पर हैं आप। हाँ अंदर के भेजा तो सही आपको, अंदर के अभी तो भेजे हैं। हाँ हाँ अंदर के दिखा देंगे, उसमें क्या है, एंट्री तो है। इसके बाद दिखाते हुए मैं अंदर चले जाना है, अंदर के विजुअल दिखाते हैं। ठीक है, जा रहे हैं कमलेश जी अंदर जा रहे हैं।
சைடில் போங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் 7 செகண்ட் கழிச்சு தான் அந்த சவுண்ட் வரும். 52 ரோடு போடலாம். மொத்தம் 52 ரோடு போடணும். இது மாதிரி வாங்கும்போது 52 ரோடு நீ போட்டு இதில் நோட் பண்ணுறீங்கல்ல, இது தவிர இதில் மீதெல்லாம் போட்டு 52 ஏதாவது இருந்துச்சுன்னா அப்படி வரிசையாக வந்து இப்போ
एक सेकंड सर, थोड़ा साइड हटना। फर्स्ट बार वोट कोई दे रहा है, फर्स्ट बार कोई वोट दे रहा है, पहली बार।
Ma'am, tell your name and your designation here.
My name Laishangam Nolini Chalu, Assistant Professor. Sorry.
Yes, tell me name and designation. Name or designation?
Designation is PRO.
And
Yeah.
name?
My name is L.
आप लोग इसके बियॉन्ड नहीं जाएंगे। मॉक पोल यहाँ पे हो चुका है, बस रिजल्ट्स को ये टैली कर रहे हैं। मॉक पोल इज कंप्लीटेड हियर। हेलो, हाँ हाँ कर दीजिए। गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड मॉर्निंग।
खोल दे रहे हैं तब।
बस बस इधर ही फ्रेम में लाइव देना।
तो नीचे मत
सर 126 पोलिंग बूथ नंबर है, यहाँ लाइन लगी हुई है। हाँ ठीक है, देखिए कमलेश जी इधर दिखाइए, फिर लाइव पर हैं आप। हाँ अंदर के भेजा तो सही आपको, अंदर के अभी तो भेजे हैं। हाँ हाँ अंदर से दिखा देंगे, उसमें क्या है, एंट्री तो है नहीं। इसके बाद दिखाते हुए मैं अंदर चले जाना है, अंदर के विजुअल दिखाते हैं। ठीक है, जा रहे हैं कमलेश जी, अंदर जा रहे हैं।
त्रिपुरा आगे हो जाता है
त्रिपुरा
ஓகேங்களா இது ரெண்டு இல்லை நோட் ஆஃப் பண்ணுங்க ரெண்டோட ஒரு சின்னது ரெண்டோட
அழுத்தி அதோட அழுத்த பண்ண அவங்களுக்கு தெரியப்படுத்தலாம் எது புரியுங்க
செந்தில் நீ வேற
சைடில் போங்க அதுக்கப்புறம் 7 செகண்ட் கழிச்சு தான் வந்து சவுண்ட் வரும். 52 ஓட்டு போடலாம். மொத்தம் 52 ஓட்டு போடணும். இது மாதிரி வாக்குப்பதிவு 52 ஓட்டு. நீ போட்டு இதில் நோட் பண்ணுறீங்களா? இது தவிர இதில் மீதம் 52 ஏதாவது இருந்துச்சுன்னா அப்படி வரிசையாக நீங்கள் இப்போ
बाइक को टिका के एक सेकंड सर थोड़ा साइड हटना फर्स्ट बार वोट कोई दे रहा है, फर्स्ट बार कोई वोट दे रहा है, पहली बार।
We are sir, who is in charge here right now?
वो नहीं आएगा ऐसे बोल देना सामने लोग कौन कौन क्षेत्र है आप कौन कौन सा आएगा एरिया यहाँ पे क्यों लाइन और कार पूछेंगे पुलिया को वोट देने वाले इसीलिए तो कह रहे हैं कि वो वाला क्षेत्र होगा इसलिए हाँ अच्छा और उसमें है सर वो वाला उसमें सर वो वाला होगा अपने लिए के साथ यहाँ से बदल आप तो कितनी दूर है खींच के एक
वो जो भी है
लाइव फ्रेम दे दीजिए,
लाइव
लाइव फ्रेम दे दीजिए, फिर उसके बाद बंद कर दीजिए।
किस चीज़ का लाइव? गोलम शॉट्स
एक मुंबा मुंबा तमाम पनीर बना लो,
वो तो नहीं दिखा सकते ना, वैसे लॉन्ग शॉट दिखा सकते।
लॉन्ग शॉट, लॉन्ग शॉट क्लोज हो जाएगा, लॉन्ग शॉट।
हाँ
சேனல் நினைக்காங்க டக்குன்னு ஓட்டு
तुम्ही बसून जा.
काही आवश्यकता नाही.
ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಲೇಟಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು 4-5 பேர் ಮುಂದೆ ಸಿಲುಮನೆ ಊರಾட்சி வந்து நானும் எனக்கு நிறுத்தேன் நீங்களும் நான் சார் வணக்கம்.
ये चुनाव मीट मछली का चुनाव नहीं है, ये चुनाव लोगों की जरूरतों का चुनाव है.
इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स हिंदुस्तान का सबसे बड़ा भ्रष्टाचार है.
भारत को बांटने वालों के मंसूबों में जलन हो रही है, आग लगी है. वो रामनवमी आई है जब भगवान राम भव्य मंदिर में विराजमान है.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to go and vote. Just under 11 hours to go before you can cast your ballot. And this is a brand new, fantastic studio that we say good morning to you from. Rahul Shivshankar has his back to the camera right now. But He is there along with Pallavi Ghosh and Aman Sharma. There you go. Turns around. Zaka Jacob on the magic wall. And here I am with a brand new Alexa experience for you. This elections, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fantastic moment for democracy. 97 crore voters will get a chance to cast their ballot over 7 phases. Phase 1 gets underway, 102 seats. Zaka Jacob on the wall, you've got the entire India map plotted. But the story is going to be somewhere in the northeast and a lot in the south.
Absolutely. These are the phase 1 seats. It's spread across the length and breadth of India from the northeast to seats in Jammu and Kashmir, in Rajasthan. Of course, Western UP will be a big focus area, parts of Madhya Pradesh. But the big focus is going to be on the southern state of Tamil Nadu. All 39 seats are going to polls today. The BJP is making a Herculean push in that state. Can they breach the Dravidian fortress? Rahul Shivshankar. Can they?
Good morning, and a very good morning to all our viewers. Look, Zaka and Anand, to get 400 plus, forget about everything else. Let's talk about 400 plus. There has to be a Modi wave. The only ever in the past experience with any score like that was Congress 1984-85. And that was an Indira sympathy wave, and it was just the Congress, not even a coalition. So this phase is a test of the Modi wave. And you brought up Tamil Nadu. Why is everyone going to be focused on Tamil Nadu? Why? Because if there has to be a Modi wave, the BJP has to do very well in Tamil Nadu. And it's not going to be easy. The DMK contested 24 seats. In 19 of those seats, it has a vote share more than 50%. In the remaining, but it has a vote share more than 35%.
See, the fun the fun part, Rahul, is that the goalpost has shifted from 272 to 400. The fact is, the last time around in 2014, when we said Modi wave, that the BJP will actually come to power and get 272. 10 years down the line, we are saying if it's got to be a Modi wave for them to get to 400.
That's because Mr. Modi has made this a referendum really on his dominance on the electoral scene and his performance. Let's not forget that he has always focused. Yes, he might have said the other odd phrase here and there, statement here and there to rile up everybody, but it's him fundamentally who has presented his report card.
I think Mohan Bhagwat is also speaking there. Mohan Bhagwat, after casting his vote, is speaking with...
मतदान हे आपलं कर्तव्य आहे आणि आपला अधिकार सुद्धा आहे. मतदानाने येत्या 5 वर्षाकरता आपण आपल्या देशाचं भाग्य निर्धारित करतो आणि म्हणून प्रत्येकाने मतदान केलं पाहिजे. 100% मतदानात आले पाहिजे. म्हणून आज पहिलं काम जे मी केलं उठल्यावर ते मी मतदान केले.
Bhagwat there, the Sarsang Chalak of the RSS saying, listen. That I have done this morning is gone out and voted, because who is going to run the government? What's the fate of your country, and in whose hands are you going to give it? It's up to you to decide, and that's why I would like 100% voting is what he has said. 100% voting paije is what he has said, and then he's and clearly voicing what we are saying here at CNN News 18. That is, go and vote, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get a word from Pallavi and Aman, who are also with us in the studio, let's just signpost. Let's just show off this fantastic studio of ours with a beautiful skyline of Noida. See, it's all transforming all around us, ladies and gentlemen. 102 seats in phase 1 of the 7-phase polls. This is the largest of the phases in terms of number of seats and also the spread, because you will have 21 states and union territories which will be going to the ballot, different regions and some in whole. There are some states which are also exercising their right to vote and choose their own local governments in the state. 1,625 candidates are in the fray, of which 134 are women, ladies and gentlemen. And if you look at the total number of faces who are in the fray, some very, very big faces. There's Jitin Prasada, Arjun Ram Meghwal, Nitin Gadkari, Bhupendra Yadav. All of them are in the fray, and they will want to seek your vote. That's why you need to decide whether you want to bring them back or not. Dr. Jitendra Singh in Udhampur too. It's also a ballot which is a referendum on these alliances. Cobbled up alliances, bunch of regional chatraps who all want to protect their turf. but collective together, have they been able to resonate on ground, even in their own regions, to secure? This is the big shift in the goalpost. It's not 272 par, it's 400 par. That's the referendum that is on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his governance over the last 10 years under his leadership. The other aspect, the BJP is technically defending 39 out of the 102 seats. That means they have about 60 odd seats where they need to go aggressively and gain. 39 we say because these are purely BJP seats, not the alliance seats. Single phase polling in all of the 39 Tamil Nadu seats, and this is going to be the conversation point. Will BJP be able to grab a dent there? Will it become a tri-way contest? 3 alliances there, 3 groupings there. Will it be a 3-way contest? And that's where the BJP will gain. If it's a 2 race, it's a 2-way, then the whole story is different. Will the Prime Minister's South push yield result, especially in Tamil Nadu? That's the big question. The number of forays and number of visits that he's made, and he's crossed the length and breadth of Tamil Nadu with multiple rallies, and the turnout has been surprising. Never before has the BJP seen such turnouts in Tamil Nadu. 15 Northeast polls seats are also going to poll today. Plus, you have got the state assembly elections in Arunachal and Sikkim. 12 out of the 25 seats in Rajasthan are also going into the ballot, and like I said, there are some union ministers also who are going to be tested. It's a straight fight between the Congress and BJP here. So once again, the BJP strike rate will have to be in the high 90s against the Congress for them to get to that task or that number of 400 par. So phase 1 voting on the 102 seats begins, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we are breaking here on this newscast here, on this elections coverage here, that go ahead and vote. Start queuing up in those lines because it's going to get hot. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. is the best time for you to go ahead and vote and do your duty. Pallavi Ghosh, Aman Sharma. The bigger question is the Janta largely inclined to go out and vote? Is this a thanda election on ground, or is there momentum, especially in the constituencies that are going to the ballot today? Pallavi.
I don't think it's going to be a thanda election. I mean, the little bit I've traveled, and I hope to travel more. People by nature are very enthusiastic. I think this is just what we tend to think. Maybe we are sitting here and thinking it's thanda. What's going to happen? It's a long drawn out one. But people will go out and vote. I mean, and you know, we are very politically alert. I mean, you know, states like West Bengal, and I would say that's my home state, but then Tamil Nadu and Western UP, I think the vote percentage and the election commission really has been pushing it in. The President of India gives out a message. The first time voters are going to become very critical. How many of them really want to go out? I mean, you know, you go on social media and say, okay, I want to vote, and then you don't end up voting. But I think people will, and I'm very hopeful, and we all must go out and vote. But I don't think it's a thanda election. I think people are going to go out and vote.
Interesting numbers here this time around. 1/6 of the total base of the voters is polling or voting in this election. In this phase, 16.63 crore voters, ladies and gentlemen, 8.4 crore male voters, 8.23 crore female voters, and nearly 3.5 crore out of these 16.6 crore are aged between 20 to 29. How many of them have tapping this youth on ground? The constituencies, these candidates, how aggressively are they targeting this 20 to 35 age bracket?
Anand, the Prime Minister has also tweeted in the morning, he's tweeted in multiple languages, and he's saying the same, that, you know, please vote in record numbers, step out early, vote in record numbers. He's also particularly calling upon the young and the first-time voters to vote, saying every vote counts. So obviously, BJP is looking at the young voter, the first-time voter, in a big way, because this is also the voter which in the last 10 years has seen a Modi government in place and really seen the development happening in the country the way it has been. So I think this is the voter which the BJP is really targeting. Also, BJP wants higher number of voting because, you know, PM Modi's call up ki baar 400 par. BJP doesn't want its core voter to get complacent, that Modi is anyways winning. So, you know, you need your voter to step out and actually vote. The BJP will
there
is
one
one
point. Lok Sabha elections commence.
that
I'm just reading out the Prime Minister's tweet. Lok Sabha elections commence today as 102 seats across 21 states and union territories go to the polls. I urge all those voting in these seats to exercise their franchise in record numbers. I particularly call upon the young and first-time voters to vote in large numbers. After all, every vote counts and every voice matters. One philosophy, if you have not voted, then don't crib.
Absolutely. And where is the Prime Minister coming from? The number of votes that the BJP won the last time were almost, if you look at it, a facsimile of the number of new voters that stepped in. in the last election. So it's very interesting statistic. And look at what the Prime Minister has done, Aman. He held a massive meeting with gamers.
And the influencers also.
And yes, and the influencers, and gave out awards to influencers. And one would have thought that the perennially young Turk of Indian politics, Rahul Gandhi, would have been doing that, because he has obviously the natural connect. I mean, you know, he does his push-ups, he does all of that, but it's the Prime Minister who took the initiative. So you said, who's actually going for that young vote? Well, the Prime Minister, even though he's a septuagenarian, is saying, look, I have to establish a connect. Even if you look at some of his tweets now, the most sarcastic ones, he's got those smileys, he's picked up stuff from social media, because he really is desperate to close that generational gap.
It's not even, I think
would say the pictures that we're seeing,
yeah.
This is EPS, Edappadi Palaniswamy, the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, one of the early risers, one of the early folks to go out and cast. He casts his vote in his native village. It's called Edappadi on the outskirts of Salem. The reason why this gentleman becomes important, and you were there in Tamil Nadu, it is a three-horse race.
Yeah.
Certainly in most constituencies in Tamil Nadu, it happens to be a three-horse race. Why is the ADMK fighting this election? They're not going to be... Okay, let's listen into what EPS is saying.
Okay, va. Eba thambi ellarum okay va. Adi thilippi kudukka mudiyadhu. Satta vendam, satta. Satta vendam. Okay va. சத்த வேண்டாம்ப்பா. அனைத்து ஊடக நண்பர்களுக்கும் பத்திரிகை நண்பர்களுக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். இன்றைக்கு நடைபெறுகின்ற தேர்தலில்
Today's election,
புதிய தலைமுறை வாக்காளர்,
it's about the new generation of voters,
இளைஞர்களும் பெண்களும்,
about youth, about women, and the larger electorate. They must necessarily come out and cast their franchise. This is their democratic duty. All right, so that's all. He's just saying that youngsters, first-time voters, women should come out and exercise their democratic duty. Yeah, I was just saying, you know, it's a fascinating election for me because this is the first time in a long time that the ADMK is fighting on its own without the BJP. And I think he's also trying to prove a point.
Yes.
He certainly is trying to prove a point.
No, and the fact is this fight has become personal in Kovai, in Coimbatore, because that's where the state BJP president Annamalai is contesting. The Edappadi Palaniswamy has ensured that all his heavyweights and he himself are campaigning strongly in those 11 assembly constituencies all around. Now, overall, if you were to see, the ADMK is in government in 9 out of the 11. One is BJP, so that was also the alliance. It was 10 out of 11 the last time around. Now it's 9 out of 11 because the BJP is out of it. The ADMK believes that the BJP cannot stand there in Tamil Nadu unless they, the BJP cannot stand, and the BJP cannot stand on its own in Tamil Nadu without the support of the ADMK. The DMK, on the other hand, believes that since there is a fight between these two in Tennessee, the DMK can come and gain ground in western Tamil Nadu, in that region where the DMK largely has not had footage. The sitting MP there is a CPIM guy. He is not contesting this time around. You have Ganesh Rajkumar, who is the former mayor of Coimbatore, who's coming there. The action is moved away from the capital to the second largest city in Tamil Nadu, and that's Coimbatore, because it's going to set the numbers there. Interestingly, again, the TDP alliance with the BJP becomes critical in this region because the Nadu grouping, lot of Telugu speaking people, especially the Nadu caste, is very, very strong and very, very active in this region. So the dynamics, there is a lot at stake and everybody is putting might and muscle. Kamal Hassan and Udaynidhi Stalin together campaigning in Coimbatore. The Prime Minister going, Rahul Gandhi and Stalin going for the DMK. Edappadi Palaniswamy and the entire ADMK muscle, SP Velumani is out there campaigning for Singai Ramachandran, a 36-year-old. So the DMK candidate is 58 years old, Annamalai is 39 years old, and Singai Ramachandran, an IIM graduate Ahmedabad, who left his placements and joined Jayalalitha in the IT team. He is a 36-year-old. So it's a very, very young grouping which is coming there and seeking the mandate, and the dynamics will change. And on that note, let's bring in Tamil Nadu.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think this is the reason why everybody is talking about Tamil Nadu is because, look, this is not the strong suit of the BJP. The BJP does not have any MPs from here. In 2014, they had one, Pon Radhakrishnan. He went on to, of course, become a union minister. But the reason why everybody is talking about Tamil Nadu is what Rahul Shivshankar said. If there is this mission 400, 370, call it what you want, you have to start seeing evidence of the BJP breaching the Dravidian fortress. And he talked about why that is hard because of the DMK and the seats it's contesting. The DMK is contesting 22 seats. Last time around, they won 21 out of those 22 seats at a vote share of 52, almost 53%. The ADMK had 22%. The NDA had less than 10%. So in these 21 seats, where it is a BJP-DMK fight, the BJP last time around had just 8% votes. The India Alliance had 52. I want to break that down. Out of that 52, the DMK had 46. So a bulk of that 52 comes from the DMK, which is the 46% vote share. Almost half the vote share comes from, in fact, out of 52, 46 comes from the DMK. Whereas if you go and check the NDA, the current NDA that's fighting the PMK and others, the BJP's vote share in those 21 seats is just 2%. I mean, that is a Herculean climb.
Forget that Bengal, for example, and I think I'm seeing a few, similarities here. In 2009, Bengal, the BJP was about 7 to 8% of the vote share.
Yeah.
And it went to 17, and now, of course, it is almost touching 40% in Bengal. In fact, it has touched 40% in Bengal. Can a Bengal happen in Tamil Nadu for the Bharatiya Janata Party? That is a fundamental point. It's not that it cannot happen, but that is really where the Modi factor comes. I really think that the election in Tamil Nadu is about the distance between Chennai and Delhi. The Prime Minister says Chennai is not, remote. It is not beating to its own drum. He has done everything in the last 6 years to put Chennai, to put Tamil culture, to put Tamil Nadu on the map of India, pin it on a pinafore, really, of the India bib, so to speak, close that distance. Can he do it? If he does that, you have another pole, another politics opening in Tamil Nadu. That is going to be dramatically altering.
See, the Kashi Tamil Sangam, what happened in Somnath. So, see, Tamilisai Soundararajan casting her ballot, just looking at the pictures right now. Tamilisai Soundararajan, former governor of Puducherry. She's former state BJP president. She is campaigning aggressively in Chennai itself. She has gone out. The Prime Minister was part of that roadshow there. She had spoken to us here at CNN News 18 and alleged that nearly 50% of the people are not even allowed to come. So there is a strong amount of, the DMK is also seeing the surge. See, there is not going to be resistance till the time they see a certain amount of surge. Also historically, and this arithmetic is right, that the DMK and the ADMK, their core voter base is about 22 to 25. That goes up to about 35 to 36% along with the various alliances that come through and based on the wave. So that means that there is a 35 to 40% vote share that either swings or does not participate at all in the elections in Tamil Nadu. Who are these people and is there a vacuum there? Now, this is something which Professor Gurumurthy has also spoken about.
You were speaking to Annamalai.
Yeah.
And of course, we've all had conversations with him over the last 1.5 months. That election is an atypical one for the BJP because it's where Mr. Annamalai has been given complete free rein. What is he saying about the decision, sort of not to go with the AIDMK?
No, I think he was very clear. His point of view was the BJP can grow in Tamil Nadu only it stops becoming a crutch or a Stepney to the ADMK. For the BJP to establish itself, for any national party to establish itself, it has to stop allying itself and it has to become an equal. The scenario is in 2026, if the BJP becomes a considerable 25-26% vote share, then... So that's Karthi Chidambaram and Sivagangai. Purnima will also be joining us from there.
On the average common person, and people will vote out the BJP government and they will overwhelmingly vote for the India government, India Alliance in Tamil Nadu.
So the PM has said that the India Alliance has not decided on the PM issue.
I mean, why should he be concerned about it? After the elections, we will make a choice. I mean, all I can say is that Tamil Nadu is voting decisively against the BJP and in favor of the DMK-led Congress Alliance.
So PMK said that the targeting of electoral bonds was misdirected. This is a issue which they have wrongly targeted.
I don't think, I mean, he can give it as many spin as he wants, but the fact is that there has been a clear quid pro quo established with electoral bonds and the donations which the BJP has get. In fact, I am demanding an independent inquiry by 3 retired Supreme Court judges to go into the quid pro quo with the electoral bonds.
So he said that by targeting electoral bonds, whatever happened, they pushed people into black money.
No, nothing of that sort. I mean, the point is the electoral bonds does not clean up the electoral system. It is a clear quid pro quo cash for,
the electoral bond issue in Tamil Nadu, especially, the more you try and point fingers at the BJP, the more the DMK will also be questioned. Mr. Karthi Chidambaram in Sivagangai had a huge turnout, a show of strength, with Stalin also coming there to campaign.
656 crores that DMK got in EBs was from one gentleman called Santiago Martin, who is, of course, the lottery king of India under the ED radar. So that tells you something.
Sometimes you don't know whether they're trying to attack somebody else or cutting their own ladder. So that's a different conversation. Neetu Regu Kumar is with us from Sivagangai. Neetu, morning. Purnima is also with us. Neetu, whereabouts are you? Has Karthi Chidambaram cast his ballot? Harish Upadhyay also joins us. Good morning to you. Yes, Neetu.
Karthi will be casting his vote at around 1:30 is what he has informed. Right now at this booth here in Sivagangai, this is in Karakudi area in Sivagangai constituency. As we know, there are about 6 assembly segments here. Voting has begun at 7 a.m. itself, but at this particular booth, we are not seeing a very long queue. There are 4 booths inside this school premises in Karakudi, but there is not a long queue that we are witnessing. As we know, there are about 16.33 lakh voters in Shivganga constituency, Lok Sabha constituency, consisting of this 6 assembly segments. Last time, Karthi Chidambaram won with a huge margin of about 3.22 lakh votes. 52% was the vote share. Though when he entered into the poll fray, it was a dismal performance where he came forth with only about 1 lakh votes. But last time he won with a margin of about 3.22 lakh votes. This time the BJP's candidate as well as the AIDMK Xavier Das, these are the 2 main opponents for Karthi Chidambaram here in Shivaganga constituency. But he is confident of a victory from here.
How is the voter turnout, Neetu? Behind you, there I see a steady trickle of people coming through. Even in Saligramam, we see a steady queue of voters right now. The Dibrugarh in Assam, there is early queue of voters. That's very, very welcome. We are going to put out locations across the country as and when they come in because people are stepping out to vote early on. Harish is also there with us. Harish, whereabouts are you? You're in Karur. Many believe that Annamalai's home village or home area, town is Karur, but he's contesting from Kovai. Karur also sees an interesting fight. Yes, Harish.
Absolutely. We are joining you from Chinnadarapuram, and this is where Annamalai will vote in a short while from now. We've already seen a lot of people turning up here to vote in the first hour of polling. As you rightly mentioned, Karur seeing a high-intensity battle. Jyotimani of the Congress trying to retain this seat. On the other hand, the focus has been on Coimbatore. That is where Annamalai has been campaigning extensively over the last few weeks. The BJP wants to desperately get that seat and ensure that it opens its account in Tamil Nadu. At the same time, as we were rightly mentioning earlier in this broadcast, it would have been an easy decision or a low-hanging fruit for the BJP to go into alliance with the AIDMK, but the BJP not doing that because traditionally AIDMK, especially in the Kongu region, has been strong. And they have their own vote share. If you look at Coimbatore itself, although the BJP is not weak there, traditionally they've enjoyed good vote share. They'd won that seat in '99 as well. And the AIDMK and the left have their own vote base. So it would have been an easy decision for the BJP to go with the AIDMK there. But BJP not deciding to do that.
What time is Annamalai expected there, Harish?
Hoping to win that seat. In fact, Annamalai is expected around 7:45 here, and that's the reason in the last 5-10 minutes we've seen the security being stepped up here at the polling station.
Great. Now, just to all those who pronounce his name in the north of our country, he's not Annamalai or cream, he's Annamalai or mountain. So Annamalai is a reference to Murugan, and that's a temple there in the region, and that's how he's Annamalai. Let's go across to Purnima, who's joining us at this time. Purnima, whereabouts are you? Somewhere in Chennai, I believe.
Well, Well, we are coming to you live from Alwarpet, which is where celebrities come and cast votes. The first 1 hour, you can see a queue here. Everyone, most of the celebrities and most of the residents of Alwarpet here are trying to come and cast votes. In fact, we heard that Dhanush will be coming here to cast his vote anytime now. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin will be casting his vote at around 8:30 a.m. Usually in Chennai, specifically if you look at South Chennai, the voter turnout has been less than 60%. And Chennai itself is usually, the voter turnout is only around 60%, when the whole of Tamil Nadu would see at least, would record 70%, which is why it's important that first-time voters from Chennai come out and cast their votes. And looking at the queue here in the first hour of polling, we could only expect more voters to turn up and cast their votes. But this is the site between 7 and 8 a.m. here at an Alwarpet polling booth. Back to you.
Well, thanks for that. Plenty of women here, senior citizens present. It's a nice long queue that has come out to vote here at Alwarpet, and good to see people from all walks of life. And I think these are ladies belonging to a church or a mission and who are coming there to vote and cast their exercise. Yeah, the nuns who are present there. That's encouraging, ladies and gentlemen. Go out and vote. That's what we'll try to request you. Swastika Das joins us. Swastika, you are outside Talaivar's house. So when is he stepping out to vote?
That's right, and in fact, we're still waiting for him to step out of his Boys Garden residence. From here, he'll go to Stella Maris College to cast his vote. He's always amongst the first few celebrities to go out and cast their vote, and in fact, right now, at around after 7:30 is when we are expecting Mr. Rajnikant to come out along with his wife and then make his way to Stella Maris to cast his vote. And as always, he's always had one message, that everybody should come out in huge number, particularly in cities where the voter turnout is very less. Very quickly, apart from Mr. Rajnikant and also some of his fans perhaps waiting here, I'm going to go across to Sir. Sir, good morning. I've seen you waiting here. Perhaps you're waiting to catch a glimpse of Rajnikant, is it?
Good morning. Yes.
Okay.
As usual, we are all waiting eagerly.
Okay. You're also a voter from this constituency. What are the main issues for you this time around before you cast your vote?
First thing is, I would request all citizens to step out of their house and exercise their democratic duty of voting. Whoever they feel like is the right candidate, they should exercise their vote and do the democratic duty, help the country grow.
Okay. And what are the main issues for you and concerns for you as a citizen? On what basis will you be voting for this time around?
Development is a key thing. So people should vote for development of the government, whichever is doing good for the development of infrastructure and also the development of the socially weaker sections of the society.
And that's a key issue in this constituency where I'm reporting from. Stormwater drains, development, better road infrastructure. These are the key areas on the basis of which the voters will be perhaps thinking about casting their vote. But yes, Rajnikant, we're still waiting. Anand, back to you.
Yes, so he should be coming out to vote any moment. Now, we've just got news coming through. This is just ahead of polling getting underway in Bengal. We've got news coming through. This is the election breaking that's coming right now. There is pre-poll violence in West Bengal, and this is just ahead of polling getting underway. Incidents have come out from Cooch Behar. Now, again, this is intense fight between the Trinamool and the BJP. They've claimed that each other party is attacking their workers. Yesterday, the BJP trying to claim that the Trinamool Congress was intimidating their booth-level workers. The Trinamool Congress then coming out and claiming with pictures, saying it's the BJP that is attacking Trinamool Congress cadre. And the two incidents that have come up, one from Gosania and the other one is from Rajpath and another from Tufanganj. Both party workers are currently hospitalized, and the Trinamool Congress is claiming that they have two workers injured. The BJP claims one of their workers is injured. Kamalika now joins us. Trinamool Congress has written to the Election Commission also that Nishit Pramanik is active there. He's getting into the office of the EC. Incidents coming through from Cooch Behar. There's a lot happening that in Bengal. Very intense between the Trinamool and the BJP.
Absolutely, Anand. This is a place, Bengal, where the main challenge is whether the first phase of election will be violence-free or not. That's the biggest question. Now, what we are getting since last night, like in Dinhata, in Cooch Behar constituency, Trinamool Congress claims that their workers were attacked. On the other hand, Alipurduar constituency, Tufanganj is an area which falls under Cooch Behar district but is in Alipurduar. There the BJP, there also the BJP claims that their workers were attacked. So these are the complaints which have started coming in. Like yesterday night, these two were the complaints from both of the sides. Apart from that, there are small complaints coming in from both the sides that polling agents are not allowed and all those things, which is quite normal. But overall, let me show you also this line. This is what Bengal's, Bengal always gives from the morning you will have such long queue, and this is the booth where I am standing. Nishit Pramanik, MOS home. He is from this place and he is going to cast his vote. This is the place in Cooch Behar. This is North Bengal, which is said to be the strong bastion of BJP. Last 2019, out of 8 seats of North Bengal, 7 seats BJP won. And this was one of the important and one of the very significant seats where Rajbanshi vote is a very big factor, Anand.
Yes.
And here this time we'll really have to see that this is called Cooch Behar, Darjeeling. These are the very, very strong places of BJP.
How much of an impact will the CA notification have? The Motuas and the Rajbanshis in two different parts of Bengal form an important caucus of votes. Who's going to be able to tap into that and whose support will they get? We'll have to wait and watch. We'll talk North Bengal. We'll shift the spotlight away from Tamil Nadu and look at Bengal. But after a very, very short break. Stay with us here at CNN News 18 this morning.
मुजरिम के घर जाके सावन के महीने में मटन बनाने का मौज ले रहे हैं। इतना ही नहीं, उसका वीडियो बना करके
and others, the BJP's vote share in those 21 seats is just 2%. I mean, that is a Herculean climb.
Forget that Bengal, for example, and I think I'm seeing a few, similarities here. In 2009, Bengal, the BJP was about 7 to 8% of the vote share.
Yeah.
And it went to 17, and now, of course, it is almost touching 40% in Bengal. In fact, it has touched 40% in Bengal. Can a Bengal happen in Tamil Nadu for the Bharatiya Janata Party? That is a fundamental point. It's not that it cannot happen, but that is really where the Modi factor comes. I really think that the election in Tamil Nadu is about the distance between Chennai and Delhi. The Prime Minister says Chennai is not, remote. It is not beating to its own drum. He has done everything in the last 6 years to put Chennai, to put Tamil culture, to put Tamil Nadu on the map of India, pin it on a pinafore, really, of the India bib, so to speak, close that distance. Can he do it? If he does that, you have another pole, another politics opening in Tamil Nadu. That is going to be dramatically altering.
See the Kashi Tamil Sangam, what happened in Somnath. So, see, Tamilisai Soundararajan casting her ballot, just looking at the pictures right now. Tamilisai Soundararajan, former governor of Puducherry. She's former state BJP president. She's campaigning aggressively in Chennai itself. She has gone out. The Prime Minister was part of that roadshow there. She had spoken to us here at CNN News 18 and alleged that nearly 50% of the people are not even allowed to come. So there is a strong amount of, the DMK is also seeing the surge. See, there is not going to be resistance till the time they see a certain amount of surge. Also historically, and this arithmetic is right, that the DMK and the ADMK, their core voter base is about 22 to 25. That goes up to about 35 to 36% along with the various alliances that come through and based on the wave. So that means that there is a 35 to 40% vote share that either swings or does not participate at all in the elections in Tamil Nadu. Who are these people and is there a vacuum there? Now, this is something which Professor Gurumurthy has also spoken about.
You were speaking to Annamalai.
Yeah.
And of course, we've all had conversations with him over the last 1.5 months. That election is an atypical one for the BJP because it's where Mr. Annamalai has been given complete free rein. What is he saying about the decision, sort of not to go with the AIDMK?
No, I think he was very clear. His point of view was the BJP can grow in Tamil Nadu only it stops becoming a crutch or a Stepney to the ADMK. For the BJP to establish itself, or any national party to establish itself, it has to stop allying itself, and it has to become an equal. The scenario is in 2026, if the BJP becomes a considerable 25-26% vote share, then so that's Karthi Chidambaram in Sivagangai. Purnima will also be joining us from there.
Upon the average common person, and people will vote out the BJP government, and they will overwhelmingly vote for the India government, India alliance in Tamil Nadu.
So the PM has said that the
Well, we are calling out from the rooftops and we are calling out from the skylines, ladies and gentlemen. Go vote! 10 hours and 22 minutes left for you to go out and vote, because your vote counts. This is the brand new facility of the News 18 network here in Noida, and we have painted even our skylines, ladies and gentlemen, with the call to go out and vote. That's how important your vote is, and that is why your vote counts. And like Mohan Bhagwat just a short while ago said, for the next 5 years, who's going to govern? Who's going to take Bharat forward? In whose hands do you want to give the reins of our country? That's the decision all of us have got to make over the next 7 phases. 16.6 crore voters are going to turn out to vote, or can turn out to vote. Will all of them do in phase 1 across these 102 seats? That's the important question. You've got to set the tone. Go ahead and vote. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift the spotlight from Tamil Nadu to Bengal, Zaka Jacob has a trick up his sleeve on the magic wall. Something different this time.
For the first time, we're making the magic wall. We're borrowing a leaf out of Anand's book. We're going from 2D to 3D. So this is the first time we're trying this on the magic wall, a 3-dimensional effect from this magic wall. Let's talk about the India Alliance as well as the NDA. This is what happened. The seat share in 2019. Take a look at that. That's how it pops out from the magic wall. It was 303 to the BJP, 52 to the Congress, 24 to the Trinamool Congress, 22 to the DMK. If, as Rahul was mentioning a moment ago, if the BJP needs to go past 350 or 370, then the other critical factor is vote share. Let's take a look at the vote share as it played out in 2019. This is the vote share pie. We're calling on the vote share pie graphics. Let's play that out for our viewers. The vote share pie, the BJP had about 37% of the vote. It was under 40%. The Congress had under 20%. And of course, the other regional parties then stacked up. So as Rahul was mentioning a moment ago, and you can weigh in on this, the India picture, if the BJP needs to go to 370, Mission 400, call it what you want, that figure of 37 that you're seeing down here, the 37% vote share from 2019, has to go upwards of 40, maybe even 45, closer to the 50% mark.
Yes, because that's where the Congress was in 84. I don't know if we have that number, but the Congress was about there in 84 when it got more than 400 seats. 417, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That was the number. But look, this particular phase is tricky for the Bharatiya Janata Party. It hasn't won 50% of the seats here. So out of 102 seats, it basically contested 60 last time and won 40. That's a very good conversion rate, but the conversion rate really dwindles south of the Vindhyas. Now, that's why Tamil Nadu is so crucial to the BJP. It's not just, as I was saying, the number of seats. It's Hawa. There is something called Hawa. It's an intangible in Indian politics. But if you have a wave effect, it has to be really, pushed by this Hawa. And I don't know if that Hawa was there or is there or what have you. And if Mr. Modi has created that wave effect, then it can really take the BJP places. Because if it sets the tone really for the BJP, if this spreads upwards, the word spreads amongst voters, then the sky is the limit. Quite clearly.
See, here's the thing that we saw this time around, at least.
But there's one small point. I just wanted to finish on this. Zaka, you mentioned about vote share. Of course, vote share is important. It's an interesting statistic. Between 2014 and 2019, the BJP's vote share grew, but not in the number of seats. Because it's also important where the BJP is growing. You see, if it consolidates the seats where it's already strong and gets more of a margin, it doesn't really affect the numbers picture. So the BJP has to win those extra seats. It's contesting 17 new ones in this particular election. And let me tell you, in this particular phase, and let me give you another very small statistic here. There are only 9 super strong seats in this particular phase for the BJP. That is overall, out of which it won 6 of these. Jabalpur, Churu, Bikaner, Siddhi, Pilibhit and Balaghat. That means it won them in 2009, 14 and 19. The Congress has 3 on the other side. So there are 9 super strong. There are 21 swing seats, i.e. where in one of the 3 elections, it's gone the other way. So a fifth of the seats are swing. Over to you, Anand.
And this is what the difference is this time around in Tamil Nadu. The reason is that not just the Kashi Tamil Sangam, Somnath and the Prime Minister pushing Tamil as the language across, but the Enman Yen Makkal Yatra was the whole idea was to take Prime Minister Narendra Modi's model to rural and all across Tamil Nadu. Also from January onwards this time 8 visits and multiple rallies and the turnout that is coming through. See, on Tamil Nadu there's a lot that goes with sentiment. People are coming out on their own to listen to the BJP. BJP workers themselves are saying, we never seen this. And if you remember that interview the Prime Minister gave to Smita Prakash at ANI, he said, Hamari 3 पीढ़ियाँ खप गई. 3 पीढ़ियाँ खप गई जी Tamil Nadu के लिए. And when he was effusive in his praise for Annamalai, this is the reason why. Because never before has the BJP as a national party seen this kind of traction on ground. Now, whether that translates into seats is another aspect. But this will, if this bumps them up to somewhere nearly 20% vote share, then the story in 2026 elections will be very, very different. But let's change tack and let's focus. We want to come back onto Tamil Nadu, or where do you think? Let's go to Bengal now, and then from there we'll move to Uttar Pradesh, because we got Akash joining us from Muzaffarnagar.
What a senior minister told me at the manifesto function later, that Tamil Nadu is going to be the story of this election. He said, look, in 2019, when we won 18 seats in Bengal, nobody gave us a chance. We came up from 2 to 18. Mamata Banerjee was at her strongest in West Bengal in 2019, but we shocked everybody. The situation is very similar in Tamil Nadu. The DMK, people think, is at the strongest, but we will register a big victory in Tamil Nadu. We will win a number of seats. You will be surprised what happens. Like the way Annamalai has been given a free hand in Tamil Nadu, same was a situation in Bengal. When Dilip Ghosh got a free hand in 2019 and the BJP worked wonders. PM has done.
But see, I don't think DMK is going to make the mistake which Mamata Banerjee made. She made the mistake of thinking that the BJP can't do it. The DMK is also upping its ante, which is why a nervous DMK, I would look at it that way. First joint rally of DMK and the Congress party, Stalin plus Rahul Gandhi.
Yes.
They chose Coimbatore. There's a reason behind it. They know that if they think that if they crush the Malay factor, then you've taken care of the BJP in the state.
But the difference here, Pallavi, is that it's not just Annamalai. It is also Prime Minister Modi's. He's done nearly a dozen visits to Tamil Nadu.
There is a difference between Bengal, where it's the rule of the danda and there is a lot of violence and pressure, and the dynamic is different. You may want to draw parallels.
Demographic differences.
Yeah, demographic difference, and also how the voters have been treated so far. The voters have been treated out to huge doles, huge amount of money, mixers, grinders, lots of jewelry. Everything's been doled out.
Cash.
And they're cash.
Cash.
There has been this dynamic. This time around, what the BJP is saying and is palpable is despite the money, despite the cash, there is an organic turnout to listen to the Prime Minister and listen to Annamalai. This means that there is a sentiment, and many quietly are saying from the times of MGR, they have not seen this kind of a sentiment. NBR and also J.J. Lalita to a certain extent, where she was able to get that kind of traction, they have not seen that. And yes, there is anti-incumbency against the DMK. The DMK knows it very, very well on ground. Now, how much it translates, we'll have to wait and watch. But yes, the story is Tamil Nadu. Can we quickly look at Bengal? You're pulled out North Bengal.
These are the phase 1 seats, 3 seats. Of course, this is the BJP stronghold. Nishit Ramanik is fighting from Cooch Bihar. He's a junior minister in the Modi government. He's up against P.R. Roy Chaudhary of the Congress and Jagdish Burma of the TMC. All these 3 seats the BJP had won last time around. So it's Cooch Bihar, the neighbouring seat of Alipurdwar. John Barla had won it the last time. And then, of course, there's Jalpaiguri. Now, North Bengal, at one point of time, used to be a Congress stronghold. Then the CPM took over, and then even the TMC made some decent inroads in North Bengal. But in the last election, really where the BJP made significant inroads was in North Bengal. And Pallavi can weigh in on this. Cooch Bihar, Alipurdwar, all the way up to Darjeeling and right up to the borders with, let's say, Malda, Murshidabad. The BJP swept. If you look at their 2019 picture, look at this entire, they got 7 seats. Out of the 18 that they won, 7 were in North Bengal. Do you think the situation is the same as it was in 2019, or has it changed? Is the TMC making the BJP
people
work for
vote differently for state as well as local elections. So those who say that, you know, the TMC has a reason to be smug that despite this whole Ram Navami narrative and all that, we still won. I think in Lok Sabha, people are going to be voting differently. Cooch Behar is not much of a challenge for BJP. It's more about consolidating itself over there. The challenge will be to see Sondesh Khali, corruption. These are the issues which are going to work on the ground. And
why does North Bengal vote so differently from South Bengal?
because North Bengal is considered to be, well, it's different, but it also considers to be little, you know, in terms of mindset, in terms of the anti-Mamata feeling, the anti-establishment feeling traditionally has been quite strong in the Cooch Behar area. And Niti Pramanik and all those factors have worked in favor of the BJP. But I would start looking at South Bengal because that's where the challenge for the BJP really lies, with the corruption issue. I mean, I'm going to quickly talk about Birbhum and Bolpur area.
When look to your left, Rahul Shivshankar is pinching a leaf out of some of our party spokespersons who take out their phones these days.
You know, let me tell you.
Pulled out the phone. Can we zoom in on that?
What is he
What is he
implying?
trying to show, Rahul?
I don't know what he's implying.
Getting at.
But he must be less esoteric. We won't want to lose our
Let me just say to our viewers, technology is not your forte, Rahul.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
Yeah, but he's just saying that the red has been replaced with saffron. Is that what you're trying to point out?
Precisely. Now look at this. This is 2009. It's virtually an alter ego. So the left vote really goes pretty much all of it to the BJP, and it is
that's
this
the worry
one.
for Mamata.
And
She thought it will go to her. It's not going to her.
It's not going to her. So anti-incumbency vote goes where? Tamil Nadu goes where? AIDMK,
can you just hold that? Can you just hold that? And I'm going to request our team to hold Rahul on one side and the magic wall on the other, just to make the inference there that what was colored red earlier in 2009 now is colored saffron or BJP. So that's the transfer of the vote, and that green belt remains now there you see, if you can make the difference. Yeah, just hold it. Yeah, there you see. Now
we'll have
so,
to
they are zooming in on
will
it.
have to zoom in.
Yes.
Zoom in
now
more.
you see
Zoom
this,
in
how
more.
this entire transfer has happened. Quite literally, like you're saying, it's a shift. The left vote has just gone en masse to the BJP, and the Trinamool holds on to its belt. That is the green
that
belt.
itself is fascinating, isn't it? Like, you would think that the Marxist vote is a committed, hardcore, ideology-driven vote. How does that voter just suddenly go from left to right?
Many of them have gone to a TMC also. I mean, it's no longer committed anymore because, and also, although of course, to be fair, in the assembly elections, the left did kind of consolidate itself. See, I think the Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool Congress would want the anti-TMC votes to split, which is why a left not having an alliance with them is not such a bad news for her. But her challenge will be to ensure that her anti-votes go to left, and tomorrow, if need be, we can always do a post-poll alliance. She can't do that with the BJP anymore. But the BJP is taking the anti-Mamata votes.
Well, pictures coming in from Tamil Nadu, Annamalai out there in Karur, going to cast his vote, and see he's being greeted by people. This is a common occurrence, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever he goes, people walk up to say hi to him, to speak with him. He stops to speak with them, take selfies with them. Be it youngsters, grandmoms, senior citizens, or you know, middle class, high and middle-aged people, everybody walks up. They try to speak with him. We try and go across to our reporter in Karur, who's.
Good morning, sir.
What a big day it is for Annamalai.
Yeah.
Let's be very honest, Anand, because if this goes south, quite literally for him, well,
the knives will be out.
The knives will be out because he has gambled a lot.
Of course.
I mean, he has gone against a large. Yes, he did. But there is obviously within the party a little bit of tetchiness about the fact that they couldn't really get to tie up with the AIDMK. There is that divide. Let's not face.
There is a divide. There is this feeling even within the ADMK.
Yes.
The ADMK also feels that we would have been comfortably at 37-38% vote share, and we would have steamrolled the 39 seats, and we would have won 37 out of 39 seats had this alliance been stitched. But the BJP believes this is now or never. If we don't push now, we don't have any scope for 2026, and we have to get into the 20s in terms of vote share. If we can get anywhere close from 8%, if we can get to 18%, 20%, 22% vote share, they are hoping for more. It will only translate into seats.
So Zaka, let me ask you, you were there. I was also speaking 3 weeks ago to a large number of editors of a particular publication or two, they view this very interesting move by the Prime Minister to get him really to contest. We all thought 2026 chief ministerial candidate. What happens? What's the dynamic there?
So I think this is Amit Shah's philosophy, right? The generals have to lead from the front. So they put their state presidents, they put their regional satraps, as it were, to contest from the front, to contest. So look, Coimbatore is not an easy seat for the BJP. Yes, the last time the BJP won, CP Radhakrishnan won in 1999, but that was in the aftermath of the 98 blasts, where LK Advani was the target, more than 50 people died. If you remember the Prime Minister's first roadshow this season, this election season, he ended the roadshow at the place where there is a monument, there is a memorial that's been built for the victims there. And the reason why, as I'm going to show you why Coimbatore is not an easy seat for the BJP, is because the BJP last time around, it fought with the NDA, the combined with the ADMK, the combined NDA strength was 31%, including the AIADMK. The India Alliance, which won, the CPM candidate won, it had 45%. So there's a 15% vote share gap between the winning candidate that time, Mr. Natarajan of the CPIM, and the NDA candidate at that time. Now, why this is a tough fight is for two reasons. One, there is a reasonably strong ADMK candidate. He's a local boy, and he can claim the exact same things that Annamalai claims. He went to PSG College of Engineering, he went to IIM Ahmedabad, extremely well qualified, came back and is now fighting. And he will take away votes, no doubt about it. He will poll a certain percentage of vote, maybe a fifth, maybe less than that, but certainly he will take away some votes. Now, had this candidate not been there, or if the AIADMK and the BJP tied up, then every vote that is an anti-DMK vote, an anti-incumbent vote, would have gone to that combined candidate. This time around, that anti-incumbent vote splits between Annamalai and Singha Ramachandran of the AIADMK. The other very important factor, and this is why, like I said, the knives will be out, the DMK has never contested from Coimbatore. They've never, it's not the DMK's area of strength or its stronghold. It is an AIADMK seat. For the first time in 10 years, the moment BJP announced that Annamalai is fighting from Coimbatore, the DMK said, we are going to fight that seat. They fielded a gentleman called Ganapati Rajkumar. He's a former mayor of Coimbatore. And you know what is interesting, Rahul? Ganapati Rajkumar till 2016, till when Jayalalitha was alive, was in the AIADMK.
You see, I was speaking to Dr. Chaudhary yesterday, who's a political analyst, and he was actually making this point that will the DMK, which has never really traditionally been associated with this particular seat, be able to actually thwart, what is a resurgence really of...
It's about its opportunism. The other aspect is why Coimbatore and not Karur. His voting is in Karur. This is a constituency where he could have gone and he would have been very comfortable to fight there. The reason is, one, captain leads the fight. Two, if you are able to beat ADMK in their strongest hold, that means you come up as an option to the DMK and you are also telling the ADMK, we can win without you. And you need us as much as we need you. So
the million-dollar question...
the whole aspect of being equal or at par and being the third...
Let's just have a look at that number of the ADMK Zaka overall. That's the real game here, isn't it? Will the ADMK implode and will that vote go to the BJP?
This Kongu belt, as they call it, Coimbatore, Tirupur, Erode, Salem, that belt, the ADMK has a 23, almost a quarter of the vote share, almost 24% vote share is the ADMK's. The BJP to emerge as an alternative, particularly in this western belt of Tamil Nadu, in the Kongu region, Kongu Nadu as it's called. They have to basically capture the AIADMK's vote bank. This vote bank has to transfer almost en masse to the BJP. That's how they will be able to give a challenge to the India Alliance. If that does not happen, and EPS realizes this, for him, this is a battle for survival. If he loses this election, then 2026, it's the BJP that's the principal opposition to the DMK, not the AIADMK.
Annamalai is speaking in Karur. We've got Harish also joining us. Let's listen.
Ready?
I will talk to English separately, sir. Now Tamil.
சந்திரனா உங்களுக்கு என்னன்னா கீழே இருக்கணும் சந்திரனா கரெக்டா இப்படி வைங்க கீழே வைங்க கீழே வைங்க
அன்பார்ந்த பத்திரிகை நண்பர்களுக்கு எங்களுடைய காலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். இந்த அற்புதமான நன்னாளில் தேர்தல் திருவிழா நாளில் நாம் அனைவரும் கூட நம்முடைய ஜனநாயக கடமையை ஆட்ட வேண்டும். காரணம், ஜனநாயகத்தினுடைய வலிமை என்பது வாக்காளர் பெருமக்கள் மட்டும்தான். வாக்காளர் பெருமகன் முடிவு செய்கின்றார்கள்.
The voter ultimately decides who will rule on him or her. Good people have to come forward.
ஒரு தொப்புள் கொடி உறவு இருக்க வேண்டும். அதனால் சிந்தித்து எல்லோரும் வாக்களிப்போம். நான் என்னுடைய ஜனநாயக கடமையை ஆட்டியிருக்கின்றேன்.
I have just exercised my democratic right.
பூத் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஊத்துப்பட்டியில
This is where my booth is, Uttupatti in Karur. I am asking all people across the state of Tamil Nadu to come early in the morning and cast your franchise. And the goal should be to bring a good rule and to vote for a party that will bring development to the state.
I can't speak anything else apart from this.
He's saying that he can't speak anything political. He's barred by the model code from speaking anything political.
இந்த முழு தேர்தலும் கூட மிக மிக நேர்மையாக நடத்தி இருக்கின்றேன்.
This entire election has happened in a very honest fashion. As far as the DMK is concerned, they think that they can win Coimbatore by paying money.
பாராளுமன்ற தொகுதிக்குள்ள ஒரு மனிதனுக்கு பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சியில யாராச்சும் ஒருத்தர் பணம் கொடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னு சொன்னாங்கன்னா
the BJP has not given money to even a single individual in Coimbatore. If they can prove that, I will leave politics forever. I am standing against the entire ecosystem. They are bribing the voters of Coimbatore and they think that they can win all of Tamil Nadu by bribing the voters, but the people of Coimbatore will give them a befitting reply. This whole business of bribing the voters will be over after this election. If they think that they can switch off the light a day before the election and give money and win elections, that era is over. That practice is going to be over.
கோயம்புத்தூர்ல எல்லோருக்கும் தெரியும், இது ஒரு பெரிய
Everybody in Coimbatore knows.
அதனால திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகம், இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ், டிஜிபி, சீஃப் செக்ரட்டரி,
whoever it is, whether it is DMK regime, the DGP, if any of them can prove before 7 p.m. tonight that the BJP gave money to these individuals, whether it is me or our party workers, then I will leave politics forever.
சார்ந்த வேள்வி எடுத்து உங்கள் முன்னால் நின்று கொண்டிருக்கின்றேன். இந்த அறம் ஜெயிக்க வேண்டும். அதனால் நிச்சயமாக மக்கள் நல்லவர்களுக்கு வாக்களிப்பார். இந்த மாற்றம்
I believe that people will vote for good politics.
அதான் நான் சொல்றேன்னா, எந்த வாக்காளரை வேண்டுமானாலும் கொண்டு வந்து நிறுத்துங்க. எந்த வாக்காளரை வேண்டுமானாலும்.
They can bring any voter in front of you.
கோயம்புத்தூரை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும்
as far as the last 2 days in Coimbatore is concerned,
700 கோடி 1000 கோடி எல்லாம் போய்
people are talking about 500 crores, 600 crores, 700 crores.
யார் கையில இருக்கு? மாநில அரசு கையில இருக்கு.
Intelligence is with the state government, police, collector, SP, they're all with the state government. If any of them can produce even one voter who they think BJP has given money to, then I will leave politics.
மட்டுமல்ல, ஜனநாயக கடமையை செய்து இந்த பணநாயகத்திற்கு இன்று முடிவு கட்டுவார்கள். அது கோயம்புத்தூர்ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கும். இங்கிலீஷ் ஆரம்பிச்சலாம்.
தமிழ்நாடுக்குள்ள 500 ரூபாய் கொடுக்குறாங்க. அதை பத்தி கேள்வி கேட்கறாங்களா?
வாங்க அடுத்து. நீங்க பாருங்க, நான் ஜூன் 4ஆம் தேதி பாருங்க, தமிழகம் முழுவதுமே ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய மாற்றம்.
On 4th of June there will be a big change across Tamil Nadu.
பேசினது வயலேஷன் ஆயிரும் அன்னைக்கு. சரிங்கண்ணா. அதான் நீங்களே நல்ல பாடம்னு சொல்றீங்களா? அப்பனா 39 சீட் கொடுப்பாங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். நல்ல பாடம்னா என்ன? ஒரு ஆசிரியருக்கும் மாணவனுக்கும் நல்ல பாடம்னா என்னென்ன? நல்ல பாடம் புகட்டுனா நல்லது புகட்டுவாங்க. ஸோ 39க்கு 39. அதான் நல்ல பாடம். நீங்க கேட்ட கேள்வியிலேயே பதில் இருக்கலண்ணே. தேங்க்யூ அண்ணே. வாங்க ஆங்கிலம் வாங்க மேடம். சார் உங்க ஃபோன் கீழே மணியா.
Okay, roll. One second. Let him settle down.
I take this opportunity to thank all the English press for coming across India to our small village Tottambatti, polling booth is in Uttupatti, and thank you so much for coming and taking an interest in the world's largest electoral festival, the Indian elections. Today I have done my democratic duty, and it is an important duty for every citizen of our country, because our country is a functioning democracy, where the citizens have to make the democracy to function every 5 years by coming out, turning up in large numbers and voting. And today we are extremely confident that people will repose their trust in good people, people will repose their trust in good governance, and people will stand with people who stood with them over the last 10 years. I am extremely confident that Tamil Nadu will witness a historic change on June 4th, and all our candidates everywhere, they are standing with people. I am sure that people will honor all of our hard-working candidates who stood with them.
Sir, on what are the issues that you're asking people to come and vote? What are the issues?
The issues are very clear, sir. 10 years of good governance they have seen. They want the governance to continue for 5 years, 5 more years. And more importantly, they know the Prime Minister, who is a functioning Prime Minister. Of course, you know the opposition, they are very clueless. The elections got over in Tamil Nadu. The India Alliance is yet to announce who is their Prime Ministerial candidate at least. So people of Tamil Nadu deserve an answer, but they couldn't give an answer. And 10 years of continuity, another 5 more years, people have made their choice very clear. And Tamil Nadu has benefited in every single point, be it the funds that is coming, be it the cultural rejuvenation, be it the glory and honor that is given to the Tamil language. If you look at all the aspects, it's the 360-degree government for the last 10 years, and people want it to continue for another 5 more years.
Sir, DMK is alleging that in Coimbatore, money is being distributed to public by the BJP in Google Pay, Phone Pay.
I am telling you, madam, I am running this election as a matter of principle, like a davam, like a Velvi. I am running this election. If the intelligence, Tamil Nadu police, DMK, ADMK, what they are doing in Coimbatore, everybody is seeing. More than 1,000 crores they are spent in Coimbatore. If they can bring one voter and make them to stand before the media to say that some BJP guy is trying to influence them, I will leave politics the same day. Because I am running this election as a matter of principle. And that's how I am seeking votes based on what we have done, based on me as a person, based on what we intend to do for Coimbatore in the next 5 years. It's an open challenge to all the Dravidian parties. And last 3-4 years, the kind of atrocity they are doing in Coimbatore, the whole people are watching. Going 500 rupee first round, 500 rupees second round, and the other party 250 rupee first round, 250 rupees second round. The whole of India is watching. Even the press is watching. I'm openly challenging the Dravidian party. You bring one voter and make that voter to stand before the press.
This challenge applies to all the constituencies, not only Coimbatore.
Since you are asking about Coimbatore, I'm talking about Coimbatore. Since you are asking about Coimbatore, I'm talking about Coimbatore.
The amount of cash that has been seized from the Congo region especially, is it a matter of concern? How the
it's always a grave matter of concern, sir. It's always a grave matter of concern. The reason is, Congo Belt, somehow DMK thinks it can buy people with money, brute money. And ADMK is also in the same boat for a long time. And the officials also turned a blind eye to what has happened, specifically in Coimbatore over the last 2-3 days. Powers switching off at 2 o'clock, going and distributing money, people chasing them. Our people repeatedly going and giving complaints to the collector, the returning officer, the AROs and everywhere. The action is not taken because the administration there is totally sterile. I don't think the administration is neutral. And you must have seen our election campaigning also over the last 10 days, the fight with police preventing us from different parts. So the DMK people have packed the administrative people with their own people, set of people, even before the model code of conduct have come in. Despite we have complaining, nobody has got changed. And it's a matter of concern, but in democracy, you always have to trust people. And people have to rise above everything. Sorry, madam. People have to rise above everything and stand with honesty, stand with integrity. I'm sure the Coimbatore model that is going to come out from June 4th would be an example for all the rest of the country and rest of the state as well. You will see, madam, NDA, we will cross 35%. BJP, we will somewhere be around 25% on our own. And numbers will be in double digits.
Sir, compared to 2019, 2024 elections, what are the changes that you are seeing, sir, as far as Lok Sabha elections?
I'm seeing a lot of changes, sir. Ground is very, very positive and the beneficiaries are very, very high. The Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji's different schemes, it has touched people. You could see a transformative effect in their families and their personal lives. And more importantly, the anger on the opposition, the anger on the ruling government. So this is a very new election because they know 2024, they all know Modi ji is going to come back to power. So they were very clear that when Modi ji is going to come back to power, they want their votes not to get wasted. They want their votes to strengthen the country, strengthen Modi ji. These are very new things for Tamil Nadu.
For the first time, BJP is fielding 23 candidates, a big risk. Which side do you think the votes are going to leak into BJP?
So votes are coming from everywhere, sir. This time, people have become party agnostic. They are not dependent on the party anymore. And they are seeing at a good prime ministerial person, a good strong person like Modi ji. And I am sure you will see when the results get counted on June 4th. Normally when you see the surveys, a political party person will always tell their name. That's the norm in Tamil Nadu. But this time you'll see a lot of cross voting from all major parties for BJP.
Sir, nationalism and Hinduism, these are the two things. Do you think is dominating this Tamil Nadu elections?
Tamil Nadu elections is dominated by many things, sir. Of course, nationalism and many things. The DMK's atrocity against the Hindus specifically here. And 10-15 issues I can say: corruption, dynastic politics, and misgovernance, mishandling of floods, mishandling of everything, taskmark, corruption, alcoholism. If you look at it, it's a combination of many factors. A voter doesn't vote on one factor only. Many factors influence the voter.
So the Dravidian parties, my final question, the Dravidian parties consistently tell that the competition is between them, the DMK and ADMK, and that the BJP doesn't...
How will they say, madam? The moment they say that BJP has arrived and Dravidian parties have got no business in Tamil Nadu. So they will say this on June 4th. Till June 4th, the Dravidian parties will not say with their open mouth, because they know the moment they make the statement, their political future is over. So June 4th, Tamil Nadu will enter into the post-Dravidian era of politics. It will be a very different politics.
Multiple factors, ladies and gentlemen, with Tamil Nadu. Annamalai casts his vote at Uttupatti, which is a small village in Karur. That's his birthplace, that's his hometown, but he's contesting from Coimbatore or Kovai. What are the factors, the X factors that could come into play in these elections in Tamil Nadu? Let's understand. First up, the Sanatana Rao Udayanidhi Stalin's controversial remarks, which will perhaps also set the entire debate platform ablaze, and two polarized positions that came with respect to Sanatan Dharma. The ideological battle between the DMK and the BJP, the DMK largely rationalist under the E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar influenced line or Periyarism, the BJP nationalist there and fiercely Hindutva driven. Prime Minister's South Sojourn. Now this is critical because the Prime Minister's forays have been unprecedented in 2024 itself. January to now, about 8 visits. Visited Tamil Nadu at least 10 times in the last 4 months. So you include the final push that's come through, and with each rally, it's only increased the number of people who have turned out for his rallies, and he himself is very enthused. Launched a handle to promote speeches in Tamil that is AI driven. Of course, the initiatives over the last 2.5 years, if not more, in terms to promote the Tamil language, 17,300 crore worth projects that have come through for the state. That also is, and that's the Vikas push along with the Vishwas push. The BJP blaming the Congress DMK for ceding island. So the Kachativu issue, towards the coastal belt, the fishermen belt largely who have not voted for the BJP, who have somewhere been linked with the DMK, trying to wean them off in that coastal belt in coastal Tamil Nadu. The DMK denying giving away fishing rights. So the Kachativu Island became a big issue. Also statements that started doing the rounds again from Sri Lankan MP, who turned around and said in 2009 Kanimori betrayed them. That was the ADMK pushing that. So everybody got into this state versus centre, the ongoing tussle between the government and the governor and policies of the DMK. The electoral bonds issue, will it resonate on ground? We'll have to wait and watch. And of course, the Supreme Court censure of the governor for withholding bills. So this is another dynamic where the DMK has gone to the people saying, see, this is what Modi is doing. And PM Modi, Annamalai have gone back to say, this is what the DMK is doing. Plenty of factors. We'll keep focused on Tamil Nadu. We've got Nistula Hebar and also Javed Ansari joining us now this morning along with Rahul Shivshankar and Zaka Jacob. But right now, it's Talaivar. You've got to make way for him. He's moved. He's just cast his ballot. He's speaking. Go across to Swastika there. He's just leaving. He's just stepped out of his residence. I'm just having my morning cup of black coffee as we speak on this continuous broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll try and go across to Swastika Das and see what Talaivar Rajnikant said. He has just left his home. He was supposed to leave anytime after 7:30, so he's left shortly after 8 a.m. and he is going straight to cast his ballot. Has he left, gone with with his wife, Mrs. Rajnikant, also part in the car on the other side. We'll try and get the details from Swastika. But he's somebody who's one of the first of the big stars, the mega stars, to go out and cast his vote and exercise his democratic right. Interestingly, Zaka, the Rajni Makkal Mandaram, which is a huge organization all across Tamil Nadu, is also working behind the shadows. For who, that is somebody's guess.
You know, it's interesting, when she was alive, so Jayalalitha and Rajnikant, their homes are right next to each other. It's in the same locality and they vote in the same college, Stella Maris College in Chennai. So it was always his understanding that he would go out first, and then, you know, the press obviously wants to try and get whatever sound bites from him. He comes, he says what he says, then he leaves. So she only leaves her residence after he exits, because obviously they don't want to share frames, right? They're two big stars. But anyway, now there is no Jayalalitha, there is MK Stalin and his family. They'll be casting their franchise in SIET College. This is Rajnikant at the Stella Maris College casting his franchise. He, of course, has, at least in this election, tried to remain politically neutral. Last election, before the assembly election, there was this whole buzz. He will, you know, finally make the plunge into politics. But I think he's understood that maybe it's past his time. Maybe, you know, he missed that bus. Maybe if he wanted to come into politics, he should have done it in the 90s. And also, actors who have in the last 20 years come into politics in Tamil Nadu have not seen that kind of success. Kamal Haasan did not see that kind of success. Vijay Kant saw limited success. So it's not that same generation of MGR and
Vijay
Jayalalitha.
this time. Even Vijay
has thrown his hat in the ring. Let's see. Let's see if it works or not. But Nistula, why is the BJP making such a concerted push for Tamil Nadu? It's not their strong suit.
No, but it is the last ideological fortress. You see, there were 2-3 places which are ideologically important for the BJP in terms of areas of the country. You know, Jammu and Kashmir, India's only Muslim majority state. Then you have the entire northeast, a lot of it is Christian. And then there is this Dravidian ideology, which, you know, is talking about, you know, the origins of this country and who are the original, you know, inhabitants, etc. Rationalist movement, a very strong push against Brahminical Hinduism, etc. So there are these ideological flashpoints for the Sangh Parivar, and they feel that they have to prevail over there in order to make this a pan-Indian sort of ideology. When it comes to Tamil Nadu, the timing for them is good, better than ever that it used to be, because the two big iconoclasts, you know, Mr. Karunanidhi and Jayalalitha, they have passed from the scene. They have second generation of their party leaders there. And therefore, there is an idea that there is an ingress. Secondly, BJP has found somebody like Annamalai, who's a non-Brahmin. Earlier, BJP was perceived as this very Brahminical upper caste party. And that is something that you need to shed in Tamil Nadu, definitely because of the demography and the population. You can't be kind of fighting a election in a state where, you know, your perception is only appealing to, say, 1% of the vote. So all of these things decided that BJP would go, and most importantly in this specific election, the states that BJP is worried about is Bihar, is Maharashtra, and a little bit of Karnataka as well, because, you know, Congress is in power there, and where to make up seats. So you need to search for fresh ground.
Interestingly, in Annamalai's team, there are about 10 to 15 youngsters. All of them are from different caste backgrounds. None of them use their surname. So the entire team addresses themselves, introduces themselves only with their first name. And it was very interesting. I was waiting for him during the campaign time, and I was talking to a lot of people. So there are people with Telugu background, Andhra background, people from Kerala who are working here. There are people who have come from the US for the last 1.5 months who are doing the back-end work. There are people who are associated with the Rajni Makkal Mandaram who are part of that group. All of them introduce themselves with their first name. His own close team, PAs, associates, everybody, all youngsters, a lot of youngsters. Everybody introduced. Some of them worked with the DMK in the past. Some of them worked with the ADMK in the past. None of them introduce or talk about their caste background
of the
at all.
BJP's alliance partners, drawn from 8 different regions and different castes. So if you really break it down, even the BJP's alliances with all its alliance partners, of course, it this time has kept the ADMK at arm's length, at least the length of Annamalai's arm. But the point is that they have been very strategic to appeal to a broad spectrum.
Interestingly, ADMK this time allies with the IUML, allies with the SDPI, And you have the AIMI. All three of them are at loggerheads with each other. All three of them offering support to the ADMK
And
this time in
Vijay Kant's
Tamil Nadu.
outfit also, I believe.
Yeah, Vijay Kant's outfit also, the DMDK also.
But Javed Ansari, I mean, again, I keep coming back to this 102 seats that are going to polls today, and all the focus seems to be on the 39
Zaka,
seats of
interrupting
Tamil
you,
Nadu.
Harish is speaking to Annamalai Live.
India, that rising India, we are looking at 2047, 25-year target. We are looking at a very strong, prosperous India. For that, voting has to happen. People have to come out in large numbers. Nobody can escape their primary democratic responsibility, which is to come out and vote. We are extremely confident that Tamil Nadu this time you will see a record increase in percentage of voting, and especially in urban area, even in rural area, big increase in voting, because people want a change at the center. People want a change at the state. People want a continuity at the center. And live போயிட்டு இருக்கா லைவ் போயிட்டு இருக்கா இது நான் திரும்ப ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து வரேன் அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன்
done.
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன் டெலிட் பண்ணிருக்கேன்
Yeah, okay.
انا லைவ் போலியல
No, we are not patched. Okay.
லைவ் ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ
ಇಲ್ಲ
ಇದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು வரேன்
We did cut live to that. We'll try and play that out later because Annamalai's request that let's not go live on that. So we'll pull out of that. Harish Upadhyay on ground in Karur in conversation with Annamalai. We'll go back to that in just a bit. But yes, Zaka, you were asking.
Javed, why is there so much focus on these 39 seats as opposed to the remaining 70 that are polling in Bengal, in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, etc.?
Look, like Nestula said, it's very important for the BJP to make headway there, because in the north they've already reached saturation point. So if the BJP has to come anywhere near the stated aim of 370, they need to do well. And apart from all the other ideological reasons, they need to do well in Tamil Nadu, they need to do well in Maharashtra, they need to do well in Karnataka, in Kerala. And this is an ideal opportunity. The AIDMK, earlier the state it used to be a binary between the DMK and the AIDMK. The AIDMK has slowly receded from the scene, and the BJP, if nothing else, they will fill the vacuum created by the they will certainly emerge as the biggest challenger to the DMK there. And if that happens, that will be a big gain. They may not win too many seats this time, if at all they win any, but at least this is an investment for the future. And in Annamalai, they've found somebody who's doughty, who's young, and who has that fire in their belly to spearhead that campaign. It will take it will take a sustained effort. BJP doesn't just fight elections for, their strategy it's a long-term strategy. It's not limited to just this election. Even if they need to get a foot in the door in South India, especially in states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Whatever they do, even if their vote percentage goes up, that's a big bonus for them.
I think it's interesting because I think, as Nestula said and as Javed said, and we'll go to Sanjeev Srivastava as well, there is a perception, you could call it a narrative, some people have pushed this narrative, maybe there's some truth to it, maybe there isn't, but certainly there is a perception in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, that look, BJP is a North Indian party. They don't get us, they don't understand our language, they want to push, one language, one culture, one set of food practices and so on and so forth. The BJP wants to break that myth. They want to break that perception. And the only way they can is by winning seats in those areas where they traditionally have not won. For whatever reasons, either they were hanging on to the crutches of the ADMK, for example, in the state of Tamil Nadu, or in a state like Kerala where they've really not cracked the electoral code, as it were, or even for that matter, in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Andhra Pradesh right now they have an alliance with the TDP. Again, they are, the TDP is to the BJP in Andhra what ADMK used to be to the BJP in Tamil Nadu. So the point is, if they need to shatter that myth that they're not just a party, then they need to start winning seats in these regions. And of course, the other is electoral. If you have to get anywhere close to 350, 370, 400, whatever it is, you've maxed out in North India and in Western India. Where can you gain new seats? That only happens to be in the south and in the east, and that's why this sort of concerted push.
One big state where they have not maxed out, but they have 18 seats if they really want to max out, is Uttar Pradesh. So let's just shift focus from Tamil Nadu. We'll try and play out the Annamalai interview as and when that happens with Harish Upadhyay. We try and get our reporters from Uttar Pradesh. There is a reporter in Moradabad and some of the other regions that are going to the ballot today. Let's talk the state of Uttar Pradesh quickly, ladies and gentlemen. We'll also ask Zaka, Yeah, Siddhant is with us in Pilibhit. Let's go across to Siddhant and then we'll bring it back into the studio and try and understand and break down Uttar Pradesh. 62 seats the last time around, 80 to be in all to take away. 400 पार के लिए 70 पार करना पड़ेगा NDA को. And will this time around with the reworked alliances, is that looking possible? What's the story in Pilibhit, Siddhant? No Varun Gandhi this time. But is the BJP confident? The Prime Minister made a very aggressive push in his rally also in Pilibhit.
Well, that's right. That's right, Anand. We are in Pilibhit. In fact, we are in Dahagla village, which is few kilometers away from the city, Pilibhit city. And I'm at a polling booth composite school, Dahagla block. We'll be speaking to people also here. As far as the contest of Pilibhit is concerned, Anand, then Jitin Prasad is a candidate from Bharatiya Janata Party. This seat has been in controversy because Varun Gandhi's ticket got cancelled this time around, and instead of him, Jitin Prasad got the ticket. Then Samajwadi Party has given a candidate from this seat. There are a lot of caste equations as far as this seat is concerned. Then it has been bastion of Menka Gandhi clan from 1989. We'll be speaking to people. ये बताइए मुद्दे क्या हैं यहाँ पे, बुनियादी मुद्दे क्या हैं जिनके आधार पे आज आप वोट करने जा रहे हैं?
ये तो यहाँ जो जानवर जो छुड़ाए जाए, ये इनको बंद कराया जाए, जानवर से
अच्छा, छुट्टा जानवर यहाँ का
हाँ,
मुद्दा है।
छुट्टा जानवर की नुकसान ज्यादा।
ये बीजेपी का बैस्टियन रहा है, क्या ये परंपरा आगे भी
बढ़िया बढ़िया, हाँ, ये आगे चलेगी, ये तो बढ़िया रहा, ये तो
बढ़िया रहा है,
बढ़िया
काम हुआ है क्या?
हाँ, यही बात है, बाजार जो जी पकड़े जाएं और क्या है कि मानो
जानवर पकड़े जाए।
हाँ, बस जानवर पकड़े जाएं।
ग्रामीण इलाकों में यही मुद्दा है, इसी के आधार पे वोटिंग हुई। जानवर पकड़े जाए, स्ट्रे एनिमल्स, वाइल्ड एनिमल्स,
especially the cattle. But how's the voting turnout, Siddhant? Quickly at the polling booth, how's the voting turnout?
Yeah, what I could witness here, Anand, is that voting turnout is slow as far as the Pilibhit is concerned. People are not coming out in large number if you talk about the morning voting turnout. But in villages, in the rural side, Anand, there are people coming in large number. But as far as city is concerned, we can expect people to come and vote by afternoon. This is what the local media is also telling us.
If you can ask the locals, कि लोग कब आएंगे वोट करने?
सर दहगला से नहीं।
हमारे आनंद नरसिम्हन जी पूछ रहे हैं लोग कब आएंगे वोट करने, बड़ी छोटी लाइन यहाँ पे लगी हुई है।
लोग सर अभी काम पे गए हुए हैं,
काम पे गए हुए हैं,
दोपहर में आएंगे।
हाँ, दोपहर में आएंगे।
राजस्थान में है भाई।
अच्छा, खेत
पे काम चल रहा है इस टाइम,
खेत पे काम, गेहूं कटाई चल रही है आनंद। अच्छा, इस वजह से तो एक बार गेहूं कटाई हो जाएगी फिर आएंगे। हाँ, आप युवा हैं, यहाँ के किन मुद्दों पे आप वोट करेंगे?
मुद्दा क्या सर, यहाँ की प्रशासन व्यवस्था वो नहीं सही है। अभी सर यूपी पुलिस का पेपर हुआ तो वो भी लीक हो गया यहाँ पे,
पेपर लीक मुद्दा।
उसके बाद एक वीडियो आरओ का पेपर हुआ था, वो भी लीक हो गया।
वो भी पेपर लीक इज एन इशू। दिस इज व्हाट दे आर टेलिंग मी, आनंद। आप लोगों से बात कर कहां से हैं?
I'm going to pull away from you, Siddhant. I'm going to pull away from you. We'll stay on Uttar Pradesh right now. We'll go to Rajasthan later. Let's try and get some of our reporters from Uttar Pradesh if we can, even as we go across to Zakir Jacob and Rahul Shiv Shankar and Nistullah Hebar and Javed Ansari here in the studio. Phase 1, Uttar Pradesh, Western Uttar Pradesh.
Yep.
Western not UP, the BJP's strong performance in 2019?
Yeah, and that was because the SP and the BSP were together last time around. So if you look at these 8 seats that are polling today, the BJP had only 3, even though they had 50% plus vote share in these 8 seats. The BSP had 3 and the Samajwadi Party had 2. So let's just break down which of those seats are. Kairana, the BJP had won last time. Neighbouring seat of Muzaffarnagar, Sanjeev Balyan had won it the last time. But the BSP had 3 seats. They had Saharanpur, where Fazlur Rahman won. They had Bijnor, where Maluk Nagar had won, and then they had Nagina. So that was 3 seats that the BSP had in this belt. The Samajwadi Party had 2, Moradabad, where ST Hassan won this time, last time. His daughter is contesting this time around. Azam Khan had won from Rampur, so that was the 2nd seat. And of course, the BJP had won from Pilibhit, where they've changed the candidate now from Varun Gandhi to Jitin Prasada. But like I said, that was because the last time the SP and the BSP were fighting together. So together, if you add up this is about 45% vote share. The BJP had to take on the combined might of both the SP and the BSP. This time around, because they're fighting separately, it's just SP and Congress, and the BSP is fighting on its own. It might be, again, the same thing that we were talking about in Tamil Nadu. The anti-incumbent vote gets split between 2 blocks, and that helps the incumbent. So Javed Ansari, when you're from Uttar Pradesh, you're from Eastern Uttar Pradesh, but West UP, I mean, this was supposed to be the citadel of the Jat Muslim combined. That's been broken down by the BJP in the last 10 years. What do you see happening?
Jat Muslim combined broke down after the demise of like Chaudhry Charan Singh. Ajit Singh kept flagging it for a bit, but it's all withered away now. The BSP draws a lot of traction in these areas because there's a large percentage of Jata votes, especially the subcaste to which Mayawati belonged there. And she does a very smart thing, gets resourceful, not politically active, but resourceful Muslims. She gives tickets to them because she can transfer her votes, and thereby at least her vote percentage certainly goes up.
But who does it help, and why? I mean, half her tickets this time, I believe, in this region at least, have been given to Muslims. Why?
Because she doesn't want Akhilesh, for both for her and to some extent for Akhilesh. It's the 2027 elections that are far more important. Whatever she gains, whatever she wins will be a bonus. So she wants to stymie Akhilesh's chances, SP's chances of moving into those areas.
I think the story of this election in Uttar Pradesh is really the Dalit vote. I think Mr. Ansari is right there. I think what he's suggesting really is the Mayawati factor, the disappearance of Mayawati really from the electoral scene, the BSP imploding on itself. And I think if you really look at the strategy of the BJP, they have focused very extensively on both the Jatav and non-Jatav votes. And they have been very, very concerted, even in the way they have sort of signaled to that constituency by picking issues emotive to. And the Ram Mandir, of course, capricened this. And in that too, there was a huge component of reaching out to the Dalits in the state. I think that's really that 17 to 20% of the vote that the BSP has. I think that's the floating vote this time, and the BJP hopes that it will come completely to it, if not substantially to it. And I think that's really going to set this entire contest apart. And it's in Western UP, while we all focus on the Jat vote, it is really the Dalit vote that will determine the winning percentages.
Let me get in Sanjeev Srivastav as well. He's also joining us, and he's, of course, from Jaipur. Sanjeev, so Mayawati's impact is not just in Western UP, the Dalit vote that Rahul was talking about a moment ago. It has pockets of influence in Rajasthan as well. And one of the things that we've seen consistently since 2014 is that 20% vote share that she had has been steadily eroding. In fact, the BJP is getting a bulk of it. But again, the point that Javed Ansari made, she's also playing a strategic game. At least in Western UP, she's giving tickets to big, landed, rich Muslim candidates in the hope that the Muslim vote splits. And who does that hurt? That hurts Samajwadi Party and Akhilesh. And who does that benefit? Ultimately, it benefits the BJP. Sanjeev.
So, there is no doubt what you were saying and what Javed said earlier is absolutely right. Whatever traction Mayawati gets on the ground splits the anti-BJP vote, and in the end, it ends up helping the BJP. So, with the vote being split there, if she's giving tickets to prominent, influential, resourceful Muslims, it's the SP vote which is going away, the Muslim vote getting split. Dalit, especially Jatavs, continue to stay firm with her, and that vote would have gone to the anti-BJP bloc if not for Mayawati. So these are, like Rahul Shivshankar said, strategic. I think these are as much tactical. In the end, it helps the BJP, props up the BJP.
So we have the Jaipur Chief Minister, just 1 second, Jaipur Chief Minister is also polling, and Pushkar Dhami. So the leaders are all leading from the front, going out and voting. 16.63 crore voters, ladies and gentlemen, have the right to cast their ballot. We have the Home Minister Amit Shah also now tweeting, and he's taken to X and he's put out where he said that I encourage everybody to go out and vote and do it for Bharat. That's what he has said. He says this is the time for you to choose a government. It is an important day today. Just reading this out, as the first phase of voting is taking place in the country, I appeal to all the voters who are voting in this phase to vote in large numbers, because every vote of yours has the power to create a secure, developed and self-reliant India. Your vote is not only meant to determine the fate of a Lok Sabha or a candidate, but also to shape a bright future for India. My appeal to choose a strong and decisive leadership that has shown the determination to free the country from corruption, nepotism and appeasement while fulfilling its promises. So that's Amit Shah's tweet. We are telling you to go and vote. Just about 9.5 hours left till you can go and cast your ballot. It's going to be a hot day across the board. Kal kare so aaj kar, aaj kare so ab, and perhaps right now, ladies and gentlemen. Jitin Prasada has spoken with Siddhant. He is contesting from Pilibhit. As we take a break, listen into what he had to say.
First, who is going to be the tiger of Pilibhit?
I told you already that here, not only Pilibhit, across UP and India, the leadership of the Prime Minister and his 10 years of track record of the government, where the policies and programs have transcended down to the village level, and people have seen a visible difference in their lives. And that's what is transforming India, and that is the real core issue, and that is the real way that people are supporting.
Opposition leaders are saying that Jitin Prasad is Bahari, but you belong to Terai area. You have born and brought up here.
Yes.
How would you like to react to
The opposition has no charge and no policy or program for the people. They are only resorting to these kind of issues which have no meaning.
Prime Minister Modi has done a campaigning for you, Mr. Prasad, and it's quite, the messaging wise, if I talk about, it's quite clear that I still remember the photographs of yours with Prime Minister Modi. You went to meet him in Delhi. How do you look at those photographs, and have the people of Pilibhit started taking you as a messenger of Prime Minister Modi?
Of course, we all candidates who are fighting are the messengers of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and it has been a privilege and an honor for me that the Prime Minister had come to Pilibhit to campaign, and he is my leader, and he has given me his full support and blessings, and I'm sure you will see that today after the voting there will be a historic win in Pilibhit.
So Karthi will be casting his vote at around 1:30 is what he has informed. Right now at this booth here in Shivaganga, this is in Karakudi area in Shivaganga constituency. As we know, there are about 6 assembly segments here. Voting has begun at 7 a.m. itself, but at this particular booth, we are not seeing a very long queue. There are 4 booths inside this school premises in Karakudi, but there is not a long queue that we are witnessing. As we know, there are about 16.33 lakh voters in Shivaganga constituency, Lok Sabha constituency, consisting of this 6 assembly segments. Last time, Karthi Chidambaram won with a huge margin of about 3.22 lakh votes. 52% was the vote share. Though when he entered into the poll fray, it was a dismal performance where he came forth with only about 1 lakh votes. But last time he won with a margin of about 3.22 lakh votes. This time the BJP's candidate as well as the AIDMK Xavier Das, these are the 2 main opponents for Karthi Chidambaram here in Shivaganga constituency. But he is confident of a victory from here.
How is the voter turnout, Neetu? Behind you, there I see a steady trickle of people coming through. Even in Saligramam, we see a steady queue of voters right now. The Dibrugarh in Assam, there is early queue of voters. That's very, very welcome. We are going to put out locations across the country as and when they come in because people are stepping out to vote early on. Harish is also there with us. Harish, whereabouts are you? There is, you are in Karur. Many believe that Annamalai's home village or home area, town is Karur, but he is contesting from Kovai. Karur also sees an interesting fight. Yes, Harish.
Absolutely. We are joining you from Chinnadarapuram, and this is where Annamalai will vote in a short while from now. We've already seen a lot of people turning up here to vote in the first hour of polling. As you rightly mentioned, Karur seeing a high-intensity battle. Jyotimani of the Congress trying to retain this seat. On the other hand, the focus has been on Coimbatore. That is where Annamalai has been campaigning extensively over the last few weeks. The BJP wants to desperately get that seat and ensure that it opens its account in Tamil Nadu. At the same time, as we were rightly mentioning earlier in this broadcast, it would have been an easy decision or a low-hanging fruit for the BJP to go into alliance with the AIDMK, but the BJP not doing that because traditionally AIDMK, especially in the Congo region, has been strong. And they have their own vote share. If you look at Coimbatore itself, although the BJP is not weak there, traditionally they've enjoyed.
And this election is the turning point, sir. We're extremely confident Tamil Nadu will move away from the Dravidian era of politics.
Please cast your votes. Being a citizen of the great India, it is a duty, rights. Okay, please cast votes.
सर आज सब अधिक से अधिक मतदान करें। लोकतंत्र में मतदान बहुत बड़ा पर्व है। मैं सबको आह्वान करता हूं अधिक से अधिक मतदान करें।
सर सुबह से आप निकले हैं, किस तरह का माहौल नजर आता है सर?
अभी मैं निकला हूं लेकिन माहौल बहुत पॉजिटिव है।
मुझे बताइए, सबसे पहले मुझे बताया जा रहा है फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर हैं आप, पहली बार वोट डालने हैं, फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर हैं?
हाँ जी।
अच्छा, और अभी फिलहाल जो लोग हैं वो अभी घरों से बाहर नहीं निकल रहे हैं, आपके लिए इतना इम्पोर्टेंट दिन है विदाई से पहले, कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है जरा हमें बताइए।
वोट डालना तो सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है।
हाँ।
क्योंकि वो हमारा अधिकार है ना।
तो घर वालों ने सजेस्ट किया या आपने बोला था कि नहीं पहले मैं वोट डालूंगी उसके बाद विदाई होनी चाहिए?
था ये पहले से कि वोट डालने के बाद फिर विदाई करेंगे, तो पहले से ही था।
रहने वाली इसी गांव की हैं आप?
हाँ जी।
कुछ मुद्दे हैं